If asked, you could probably tell me where Sudan is located, right? But if I asked you to name one political, racial, or economic conflict that has occurred in Sudan, could you name one? Sudan is located in Africa and is neighbored by Egypt, Chad, and Uganda, just to name a few. Sudan can be compared to the same size as Spain and has a population of more than 6 million people. The area of Darfur is located within the Sudan. It's an extremely multi-ethnic area with between 40 to 80 different ethnic groups that have a long history of peaceful coexistence among each other. Darfur is known as a very drought-prone area, and the most common ways to survive are through farming and nomadic herding. Due to the diverse ethnic groups that reside in Darfur, there are several different languages and religions that have developed. These diversities have created an extremely volatile situation known as the Genocide of Darfur. According to the 1948 Genocide Convention, genocide is defined as the acts committed with intent to destroy, whole or in part, a national, ethical, racial, or religious group, including, in addition to killing, deliberately inflicting on the group's condition of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. The definition identifies that both mortality and forced migration of death and displacement are key elements of extermination and elimination constituting in a genocide. The genocide in Darfur began in 2003 and is still ever present today. In its history, there have been two civil wars between the North and South Sudan that have created ongoing tensions between these individual groups of people. The Northern Sudanese have always tried to maintain an economic, political, and social dominance over the Southern Sudan. The Sudanese government has armed and funded a militia group known as the Janjaweed, or Devils on Horseback. They have an immense reputation for burning villages, looting resources, polluting water sources, and beating and murdering thousands of innocent victims. There have been two rivals of the Janjaweed, the SLM and the JEM, but none have been very successful due to the lack of funds and support. These overt forms of racism against innocent victims have spawned due to the Sudanese government taking advantage over rising tensions between the sedentary farmers and the nomadic herders. They have offered money and land for the cooperation of the farmers in the attacks on the nomads. The Libyan Prime Minister has also exploited the situation by bringing guns into Darfur to the Arab herders. These tensions have led to the distinct labels of Arabs as good and the black Africans as bad. These labels have been created because the officials have linked the differences in the way the two groups live, their languages, and their skin tone, and have created these racially defined terms. But who really wins in these kind of situations? Nobody. There are innocent victims being subjected to things they should never have to experience, all because they are from a different ethnic group. So will it ever end? Several peace talks have occurred between Sudan's own and other countries, but none have been very successful. It wasn't until 2004 when Sudan was finally declared a genocide. The United States and the United Nations have attempted to help but have always been hindered by Russia or China due to their economic investment in the oil in Sudan. So get involved and know the facts because something has to be changed. To date, there have been over 480,000 innocent people murdered and over 2.8 million displaced and forced to flee their country to seek refuge. So, what can you do? Be informed about this pressing issue. Get involved in organizations that support the cause of ending the genocide in Darfur. And make it a priority to write into your legislators to remind them of this pressing issue. Most importantly, don't be naive to the fact that there are still overt forms of racial discriminations happening all over the world. And it's our job to keep everyone informed and to end these forms of racism.